Our trip to Fredericksburg was very busy. We don't want to rush through it, so we split this into 2 videos. The first one will cover our stay and a few attractions, and the next video will be some of the breweries that we visited as well as the LBJ Ranch. Ladybird Johnson Municipal Park is a great find for RV parks in Fredericksburg, Texas. In addition to the camping and recreation available, there are also 2 very large dog parks that we took advantage of while we were there. Bosley and I are taking a walk around because he's inside crying right now. And just taking a look around the campground here. This is Ladybird Park. I'm going to get the name of it as we get up front. But it's a campground, baseball fields, t-ball fields, pickleball courts, and a golf course. So it's a cool little place here, really inexpensive, and only about 5 minutes to downtown or Main Street in Fredericksburg, Texas. Right across the street is a little nature trail. Bosley and I went and walked that yesterday. It's a neat little trail, but not anything spectacular. This is the main road coming in, and the entrance is right here to the RV park. The golf course is about a half a mile in front of us here. But in this big old area are the baseball fields and the t-ball fields. We took some time yesterday and went to the George H.W. Bush Gallery, which is also known as the World War II Pacific War Museum, something to that effect. I came here in 2004 and went to the museum, and it was really just the hotel, the Nimitz Hotel, up on Main Street. And now it's actually a much bigger museum that you have now. The museum at the hotel is really devoted to Chester Nimitz's life, and the George H.W. Bush part of it, the gallery, is the Pacific War Museum. We did that. We walked through the Peace Garden. So one of the interesting things we saw along the way is there's a little area devoted to all of the presidents who served in some way, shape, or form in World War II. So you've got the very clear ones, which is like Roosevelt, Truman, and Eisenhower, all of whom were, either president or supreme commander of the Allied forces. But then there's like John F. Kennedy and Jimmy Carter and Gerald Ford and Richard Nixon, all the way up to George H.W. Bush. So it's basically every president from JFK on all served in World War II in some way, from JFK to George H.W. Bush. Which is just interesting to think that they all served in the military at the same time. Just something kind of out there for me.
Oh, now it's not.
It's a video game.
Oh my gosh, so many things at one time.
I can't do this one right now.
I need wood.
You need wood first.
Let's get wood.
I think you have to push your inventory button down here.
No, he had to cut the wood first.
Man, running a hotel is hard.
It's tall.
Do you think that's life size?
Uh-huh.
Go stand next to him. Let me see how tall he was.
He had to have been at least
Like-
7 feet tall.
Yeah, 7 or 8. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're now at the ballparks here. So I'm going to walk across. There are also a ton of deer. I don't know how visible they're going to be because they're pretty far away right now. But we're going to try to zoom in on them.
We are promised a picturesque trail. Oh, there's Enchanted Rock. Okay, we can go back now. Ready? Ready to go back?
Yeah. Do you want to use the telescope to see it?
Nah.
During our visit, we stopped at Enchanted Rock for a morning hike. Enchanted Rock is a massive pink granite dome rising above central Texas and has drawn people for thousands of years. Here, there are nearly 11 miles of hiking trails that include a summit to the top of Enchanted Rock, which is one of the 2 hikes that we did that day. The summit trail is marked as a challenging hike, just under 1 mile. We were up and down the trail, having spent a little time at the top, in about an hour. Afterward, we finished up with part of the loop trail, which brought us back to the truck. This was a really great hike, and it was nice that there was more challenge to it than just walking.
I am clearly not in Fredericksburg anymore, but while we were in Fredericksburg, we received our Nightize Dog Collars. These are like a really cool product, especially if you're walking your dogs at night. It gives you some visibility, not just to the dogs, but to yourself. So we were recommended these from some friends that we met in Alabama as part of the Big Bend Airstream Club. And they were using them for their huskies every day, every evening, I guess. And we just thought it was a cool thing. So we bought one for Olive and one for Bosley, with the idea of when we walk them at night, we'll put them on, and if a car is coming down the road or if there's someone walking towards us, they'll be able to see us. We didn't necessarily think about the fact that, like, Olive walks off leash a lot. And so we actually can keep a better eye on her at night because she can be seen with the light around her neck. The other thing that we hadn't thought of is at that dog park in Fredericksburg, the dogs were running all over the place. And so having the collar on them, even though they were contained, we were able to identify where the dogs were at any given time. From our perspective, it's pretty easy to tell which dog is which. Olive is the smaller of the 2 collars, but also she is the faster moving. Bosley kind of bounces a little bit and is the bigger of the 2 collars. Anyway, it's a cool little product. I'll put a link to it. We're not affiliates. We don't do anything with Amazon. I'm just going to put a link to it so you can find it if you want it. We've had a lot of fun with it, and we do use it, like, even here in Nevada. We've been using it kind of on a daily or nightly basis as we walk the dogs in the evening.
The dog park at Ladybird Johnson Municipal Park is nearly 5 acres and has 2 different areas, one for large dogs and one for small. They're open from 10 to 6 daily, but since we were staying on site, we were using the park well into the dark hours of the day. The 2 parks span nearly the length of the runway at the municipal airport. Lou, Bosley, and Olive all had a great time.
That's it for our first Fredericksburg video. We'll be coming back in our next video to tour some of the breweries as well as LBJ Ranch, and then heading on to see some family members, and then on to Escapers Bash 2025. Thanks for watching.